Hello and welcome to this last week and a half of Mermay. I cannot believe that it has been 31 days when I'm posting this. So the first day of the week was Zodiac, and for this I decided instead of drawing like 12 mermaids, I would only make 4 and have them represent each of the elements in the zodiac. So you have all the mermaids representing the elements, and you have the corresponding star signs next to the mermaid. So you have all of the star signs represented in those 4. I painted this on the train, so unfortunately I don't have any footage of it. And this this past couple of weeks have been crazy busy, so you'll have to excuse me if there's a few times that I was painting on the train or on the bus and I don't have footage of it. But for the Tuesday, we have a prompt that I was super excited about, which is tradition. And there is this Scandinavian tradition that dates back to the medieval times, where you have on Midsummer's Eve, you create a huge bonfire and everybody dance around it and stay up all night. And it's really beautiful and really magical, because the sun in Scandinavia sets around midnight or not at all. So it's a really magical evening. And so I imagine these 2 mermaids have snuck out and like come close to the shore as far as they dare in order to spy on the humans and watch them dance around the fire. And I think this would be very magical and mysterious for them, because they obviously don't know what fire is like, never having experienced that underwater. So I imagine that being really bewitching and magical. For day 24, we have Zaddy, and I had never heard that expression before, so I had to Google it. But yeah, it's an older, sexy man. So I was inspired by this sculpture by Guillaume de Giff from 1848. So you can see me tracing here, because this is supposed to be an homage, and it wouldn't be if you couldn't really recognize the sculpture underneath. So yeah, I decided to trace it to get it sort of closer to the original. But yeah, Guillaume de Giff was tasked to make a sculpture of Lucifer after his brother had made one that the church deemed to be too sexy. So he made this, which in my opinion is sexier. So I thought that was really fun for Zaddy to have this Lucifer sculpture as sort of an homage, or like inspired by that. So that's a fun story. If you've been on the art side of the internet, you've probably heard this story before. But yeah, that's Zaddy. And for day 25, we have food. And this was such a fun prompt. In the beginning, I was a little bit skeptical, like what can I do with food? And then I started thinking, like, what do mermaids really eat? Because you hear that sirens eat people, they drown sailors and whatnot. But then when you think about Ariel, like, does she eat anything at all? She's friends with the fish, so she wouldn't like eat caviar or something. But also humans don't eat dogs, but they eat eggs. So maybe, mermaids would not eat dolphins, but they could eat caviar. I don't know. So I imagine somebody like asking a mermaid, but then I thought, well, maybe we should have this in a picnic setting, and having a human inviting this mermaid to a picnic. And then it turns out the human is the picnic meal for the mermaid. So that was sort of, it turned out really funny. So I made this male character super like soft and naive and cute, and like a young and impressionable young man. And this mermaid, she was supposed to be like super sexy and sort of too good to be true, but you can see that she has sharp teeth, sort of revealing that she is a little bit femme fatale, evil, which was fun. It was really fun to make her design, because she was really supposed to be that sort of oh, she's beautiful and she's luring you in, and then she's just plain evil. And you can see that the clouds grow darker as he leans in to kiss her, and then when she stabs him, the clouds have gone really dark, and there's lightning and everything. So really the epic villain reveal at the end there. This was a lot of fun. And here you can see the full comic. And for day 26 we have Jewel, which was also a lot of fun. I really got to play with colors in this one. So I imagine these sort of beautiful stained glass windows in a church and all the colors, and I didn't know what color to pick for the jewel, so then I got to use all the colors in the background in this church window, so maybe this is a very sacred jewel. And then the mermaid is holding up this jewel, and the light is refracted into a rainbow, and so this just turned out really colorful and pretty, and in this underwater cathedral. I think that would be really cool to see in real life. Her dress is a bit inspired by Giselle from Enchanted, the dress she wears when she walks around in New York. And also I had so much fun playing with the light here. The mermaid is sort of backlit, and so you really get the intensity of the colors only on the edges. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. For the next day we have Val Bailey, and she is the actress playing the Little Mermaid in Disney's live-action remake. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen any of the live-action remakes, but I've heard her sing on YouTube and the clips that I've seen there, and it is just so beautiful. So maybe I should see this one. I really, really love this dress by Valdrin Sahiti. I love the metallic, and she looks like a mermaid in this dress, so I just really wanted to make her into a mermaid in this dress. So that was what I was going for. For day 28 we have Sailor, and I really like the composition of this, where it's sort of zigzagging you, the eye is going back and forth. The sunset turned out really nice. I used this very coral pink orangey color, and it turned out really nice. I wanted it to seem like the mermaid was sort of glowing, and so I added some of that turquoise back to her hair and around her in the water, and I think this turned out pretty cool. I think the mermaid and the sailor know each other because they just have that look in their eye. So maybe they were together and then they broke up and they haven't seen each other in a long time. Or maybe this is just them meeting and just knowing that, they're supposed to embark on something together. I don't know. I don't know their story, but I think they absolutely know each other. I'm really happy with how the clouds turn out as well. That worked out really nicely. And then we have Barbie, and here again I traced this because I wanted it to look like Barbie, not like an illustration of a Barbie. So I actually did trace here, and I wanted to draw Barbie in a plastic box. So this is sort of showing kind of Another interesting part about Barbie is that she's, both upholding unrealistic beauty standards, but she's also a feminist. And I don't know whether or not people like or hate Barbie now, but I think Barbie is cool. Anyway, she's sort of limited in the way that I've drawn her here, where she's held back by the plastic box and the wire that is sort of attaching her to the box. So I thought this would sort of show off Barbie's nature, that she wants to do things, she wants to be a feminist icon, but she's held back by a plastic box. That was sort of the idea I was going for. But yeah, every line in the drawing is hot pink except from the wire that is holding her in place. So I thought that was kind of fun. Anyways, then we have blue, and I had to paint this on the train. I used every blue watercolor I had in my watercolor palette. This was a lot of fun. It's just a very simple drawing, and it was a simple prompt, so I just went with blue. But I was on the train on my way to Hamar, where they had an exhibition week where they had lots of talks from different game makers and filmmakers, and I actually got to have a lecture for everyone about how you can apply for grants and be an independent filmmaker, and that was so much fun. The students there are so nice and so welcoming, and on the train back from Hamar to Oslo, I drew the sleeping mermaid for the last 31st prompt, which was good night. And what a fitting prompt for the last day. I had so little time on this, so you can see me here recoloring it in Photoshop a few days later, because I was drawing this like super late, the 31st, after I'd done my lecture and everything. So yeah, but we finished. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. I have to say thank you so much for following my journey, both here and on Instagram, and for watching my YouTube videos and for liking and commenting. It has been a blast, and stay tuned here on YouTube, because I hopefully will make more content in the future. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.